Okay, class, welcome to our today's session. That is financial management. And we're going to proceed from where we left. And I trust that you're fine. So, I saw most of you managed to do the question or the assignment. And most of your assignment were correct. Now, I wanted us to, first of all, look at those questions. But then I thought these short topics. So first of all, let's finish the personal finance topic, personal finance or personal financial management topic. Once we are through with that, we see whether we can finish the Islamic, and then we look at what? We look at those questions. So if time allows. So personal financial management, that's a topic I want us to look at. Personal financial management. Personal. It's just I want you to get the idea here. Management. Personal financial management. Personal financial management. What does it entail? What is it? So as the name suggests, this entails how individual manage their finances. In a layman's language, how individual, you and I manage our finances. How do we manage our finances? Maybe to start with, we know that you must have a source of finance. In one way or the other, you must have a source of finance. Can you mention some of the sources of finances that you might have or an individual can have? Please mention for me sources of finance that you have, or sources of income. Let me just use the word income here. What are some of the sources of income? Employment, right? Employment. Another one? Business. Yeah, there are those who are having some businesses where they get their pension, erastus, okay. Investment. Yes, you can get some return from investment. Pension, the old age money, right? Once you retire, you get the pension fund. Good. Thank you for mentioning some of the sources of income for an individual. Now we want to know or want to understand, how do you manage those income? How do you manage those finances as an individual? Now we have come to the individual level, not the company, individual level, and it is simple. Assume a person earning like 50,000. Let's take this hypothetical example. You can say, this is who? This is Erastus. This is Erastus. Erastus is earning 50,000 per month of salary. 50,000. Erastus is earning 50,000 per month. Erastus need to budget for this money in order to make sure that he is able to sustain his family, he is able to sustain his transportation costs, and other costs, maybe paying rent and such. See, we need to see how Erastus will manage this fund until at the end of the day, he make it. Because if Erastus can stay in this employment for more than 20 years without any management of this fund, I assure you that Erastus will retire well poor. Look at that. So how do Erastus manages this fund? The 50 pieces salary per month, right? And this is the gross. Let me just mention. Is the gross salary. It's a gross salary. Good. Now, there are some of the expenses which Erastus cannot avoid. There are some of the expenses that Erastus cannot avoid. So let's first of all mention some of the expenses that are there, the basics, the general expenses. We have something like rent. Rent is an expense. Then we have transportation costs. Transport, you can call it transport. School fees, yes. Yeah, school fees. Yeah, school fees. Some of the expenses that food, yes. Food. Any other? Any other? Okay. Okay. First of all, let's see. So the rent, according to where Erastus live, Erastus is a family man. Therefore, he has a one bedroom. A one bedroom what? A one bedroom house where he pays, let's say 50,000 per month. 50,000 per month. Erastus travel every day and he uses 200 per day. 200 per day, and he goes to work for electricity bill, yes. For the saving, acha kidogo, electricity bill. Tunataka tuone kama wakati sasa Erastus does not do what? Some saving. Tuone ataenda namna gani. Water bill and electricity sawa. So transport 200 and Erastus work up to Saturday. So the only off that Erastus has is on Sunday, right? So 200 per day, 6 days. That is 1,200 times 4 per month. How much is that? Is it 4,800? We are looking at the transport that the last time car. How much? Is it 4,800? Yes, 4,800 transport, right? If I'm wrong, correct me. Then we have school fees. School fees. Erastus has 3 children. And the average school fees that he can pay, of course, the fee is paid per what? Per semester or year or per term. But now let's compute it per month. Want to see per month. So let's say maybe he pays 30,000, not 30. Let's just go at 20. So 20,000 divided by, or we can go with that 30,000. So a term, we assume it has 3 months. So 10,000 per month. 10,000, that's pays 10,000 per month. And then food, a family of four ni chakula ya pesa ngapi? Itawa sustain the whole month. Chakula ya pesa ngapi? I know you know the budgeting, right? chakula pesa ngapi? 10,000, right? Chakula ya 10,000 sustain. Then electricity and water. So water and electricity, so maybe per month electricity ya 500. Kama let's assume that Erasta atumii vitu mingi za stima, just go with 500. And then water bill, we can see that water bill is 1,000, right? 1,000 per month. Akienda sana, let's say 1,000. So, okay. How much is this total? How much is the total here? Give me the total. See. Give me the total. I want to show you how we manage our finances. At the end of the day, make a decision because this is important. 41,300. We start with 41,300. Is there an expense that we forgot? Probably. Is there an expense that you think to resolve? Wachana nayo. 41,100. The first question I ask you as accountant. Okay, Erastus. The first thing I ask you as an accountant. Wow, hata sitawauliza nyinyi ni watu wa nguvu. Nyinyi ni watu wa nguvu. Kwamba hii pesa ni gross, sio net, right? Therefore, there are those statutory deduction. So for a person earning 50,000, the average statutory deduction for this person, let's say it's 11,000, allowed 11,000, including the housing levy and such, right? So there is an 11,000 here for us to get net. So the net salary for Rastas, net salary will be 50,000 minus 11,000. That is 39,000. That is the net. Imagine, you ndio amepata kwa account yake, right? I've seen somebody say about recreation. Assume maybe I've added recreation here. This figure could go high. Is the salary of Erastus able to service all the expenses? Is the salary able to service all the expenses? Assume even I had the recreation there. It is not. Of course, it's below the expenses. But when Erastus was employed, he was told, I'll pay you 50,000. So in mind, even in the pay slip, 50,000 is somewhere it reflects, but there are other deductions which are hidden. Zinatolewa. In fact, wewe chenye inafikia ni 39,000. Now, what should Erastus do in order to make sure that by the end of the day, he get out of this? Because I can see a problem here. There's this recurrent expense in iko above. Erastus ata amejinyima. There's some things amejinyima hapa, right? Because life is tough. So vitu kama recreation amejinyima, hata atujeka ati ametravel, hata amepeleka familia yake mahali. You see, there is a problem here. So as a financial management student, as a financial management student. Or let me not take it as a financial management student, as a parent. As a parent, you need to have some planning on your income. You need to have some planning on your income. In this case, if Erasta continues this way, he's going to remain the slave. He's going to remain a slave to that company. True or false? True or false? In the next 10 years, this person will be a slave. True or false? True or false? We are very much realistic here. True or false? Karanja anasema is true. What about the rest? Freddy, yes. Exactly. This person is going to remain a slave. In the first case, employer have known that this money cannot sustain you. Employer know that. But take advantage of you. With this amount of money, employer know that you cannot develop yourself. You getting? You cannot develop yourself. Personal development. And personal development is the key. Personal development is the key. Sasa, you are employed, but even you cannot be able to get to meet some of your expenses, and you are employed. You are working at a negative. So next month, still you'll get your 39. But there was a deficiency in the previous month. Therefore, it continue accumulating. Until you find yourself borrowing. Utajipata kwa madeni, Tala, Timiza, Mshwari, and any other loan. Na unakopa, you should be very much intentional when borrowing. Please don't borrow and go and do maybe visit some places. No. You cannot borrow and try start traveling. No, that is not the way. You borrow when you have something to do. You borrow when you want to invest, right? You borrow when you want to invest. So, at the end of the day, this person has a problem. But now you are lucky that you have attended financial management class, whereby we shall be in a position to help each other. How do we help Erastus here? That is why we are studying this. How do we do it? So the first thing that Erastus should do is to review his expenses. The first thing is to review his expenses. Unajifinya kwa muda wa mwaka kama moja ama miezi 6. Sawa, unajifinya vizuri, having known that you have a goal. So, ukuje hapa, ondoka kwa hii nyumba, tafuta nyumba ya like 10. How much have you saved? Kwanza, hapa nyumba ya 10. So you have saved 5,000. Is that true? That's true. Transport. This one, you cannot change. Gari si yako, you have to pay. That one you cannot change. Umejifinya, umeenda kukaa kwa nyumba ya 10,000 kwa sababu you have a goal. School fees, you cannot change. But there is a way you can do some internal arrangement with the headmaster or with the leader of the school. but it's difficult. It becomes difficult. Unakuwa ni kama beggar, so just pay. You don't want to look like a beggar. A complete, a full accountant. No, food. Here. Okay. I think there's some luxury food that you can, you can as well try to find bursary, of which you're not sure, right? And those bursary, wakati mwingine zinakuja at the end. So you're not that sure. So you want to be certain. Hatutaki upate depression. Want to be certain. So food, we can reduce this by 2,000. Finye, kama ulikuwa unaweka something which is luxury, hapana, cut kidogo. Electricity, there's no way we can do about this. Kama utafute mafuta taa, itakusumbua. Tumia tu hiyo ni sawa. Water bill, tumia tu hiyo. So at the end of the day, we have saved 7,000 through that arrangement. 7,000. Now, from my 39, I can come here and add 7,000. Is that true? 39, I add 7,000. Is that true? Is that true? This is saving after all deduction, right? So I'll be having 46. Can you give me this? 46,000. 46,000. Wow. I'm having 46,000. This 46,000, now I'm able to cover my expenses, rent, transport, school fees, food, electricity, and bill. So the excess money that I have, or what I've managed to save, is 7,000. 7,000. Please. This is what we tell Erasmus. Pick your 7,000. This is the 7,000 that we have. Plan for this. And remember, this is 7,000 that is retained per month. Every month, you'll be having an extra 7,000 because you have cut down your expenditure. Umesema ujiweke kona. Umesema, tulisahau clothing, but ni sawa. Clothing tunaweza tu upatia watoto na mama. Wewe sukuma kwanza na hiyo trouser. Sukuma kwanza na hiyo koti na shati. Wacha wakuite shati moja. Wakuite shati moja. Lakini you have a goal. At the end of the day, you have a goal, right? So for the 7,000, please find a circle. Haraka. Find a circle. I think the minimum amount for registration for a circle, if it goes to the higher side, or if you look at the higher side, is 1,500. That is the minimum registration. To register to become a member, right? You register with 1,500. That one. I think there's no one who will do this, but it is important. So registration, 1,500. The minimum deposit cannot exceed 2,000, right? Per month. You deposit 2,000 per month deposit. Let's just say this is at the higher end. Rita will give you now the actual, I don't know, the actual. These are the higher side. Then shares. You can think of buying shares. the minimum share that you can buy is 10,000. 10,000. How much is this? It is 13,500. 13,500. How many months does Erastus need for him to register in a SACCO, have shares of 10,000 and deposit of 200? How many months? Asante. Erasta only need 2 months because hiyo weke kando. Remember, all other factors are okay. Hiyo weke kando kwanza. Alafu agoje ya hiyo mwezi ingine 7,000. So he will be having 14,000, 14,000. This 14,000, if I minus 13,500, Erasta akona a surplus of 500. No. But I think he can pay shares kidogo. Okay. This one I've just taken the highest, yani yenye has struggle, yenye ashaanza. But I think Sarah, which SACCO allows to pay share kidogo, in yenye ukilipa, now you can stay like that before you add it. You top on your shares. But I think there are those SACCOs which allow you to pay shares kidogo, kama Stima SACCO. Can see. Please get these ideas. Get this idea. Do not be a slave. I know employment. I understand employment. Please do not be a slave again. Up your game. Great. Now, this Elasta has this money on top. Who do you think Erasta should do with this 500? What do you think Erasta should do with 500? Now we need every coin should count. Every coin should count. What do you think Erasta should do with the 500? I want to give you another thing. Now this 500 is very nice for you. Now Erasta, for emergency, Asante. Sarah, I can see your route. That is very nice. For emergency, mtoto anaweza kuwa mgonjwa. Sawa. Hakuna kurudishia. Wewe, hapana Hilda. Sasa hiyo ndio kitu inaharibu. Ati imepata salary leo, unaenda sijui wapi kurudishia sijui pombe sijui nini. Hapana, hiyo itaharibu. Kwa project kama hii itaharibu. So what you have to do, this 500, I want to advise you. Please find MMF, money market fund. And here I'm going to be specific. Nani wako kwa CIC? Nani wako hapa kwa CIC? Who is a member of MMF ya CIC? Who is a member? You people, accountants. Hilda, asante. This is, I can say, it is the best. Nambila, asante. This is the best. You know what? They only need you to have a bank account, and the first deposit should be, is it 5,000, right? The minimum deposit, the first deposit is 5,000. Now, how many months shall you wait to arrive to 5,000? Oh, he managed to save 47. 1 more month after SACCO. Yeah, you see, was it? Okay, after reducing expenses, see, we had 5,000 from rent, America, and then 2,000 from, from food. Is it not 7,000? Is it not 7? Is it not 7 after reducing? I think it's 7, right? 7,000. 5 plus 2. How is your argument? So this amount can be recovered. You can get it in the next month. Already, SACCO is active. SACCO is active. You know what? In the SACCO, whatever that they expect you to deposit in the next month is 2,000. It's 2,000. It's 2,000. It's 2,000. It's 2,000. Okay, I'll look at it. I'll look at it. I'll look at it. 2,000. Whatever that we expect to pay in the next month is 2,000. So having 7,000, if I pay 2,000, I'll remain with 5,000. So the 5,000, why can't I go and open an MMF, money market fund account? Money market fund account. For the money market fund account, now you will be earning interest every month. Interest is accrued every month. Interest is accrued every month. And hawakwambia ati you should deposit every month. Hapana, ni wewe tu ukue discipline. Ukue discipline. Every month jaribu kuweka kakitu. Every month jaribu kuweka kakitu. By the end of the year, if you are disciplined enough, you'll have deposited 5,000 times 12. So how much shall we have here? Is it 60,000? 5,000 times 12, that is 60,000. This money will have accrued interest. Will have accrued interest. You can assume that maybe the interest accrued for 60,000 is maybe kitu kama 3,000. So in your account, in your MMF account, at the end of the year, you'll be having 63,000. Wow. Wow. You'll be having 63,000. You'll be having 63,000. 63,000. Okay, Alfred, according to your argument, 41,300, we can reduce another expense with 1,300 to remain at that rate. Sasa, just reduce it. Unaona sijataja hiyo sijataja hiyo ya Britam, sijataja sana. Sijataja sana, but we shall mention kidogo. Now, in the money market fund, you have 63,000. Now, I want somebody to tell me at the end of the day, in my SACCO, assume that in my SACCO, I did not add on my shares. You know, shares ni wewe unataka tu kutop up to be a stronger shareholder in that SACCO. Hii inaweza kaa hivi until the end of the year. Now, let's say maybe you managed within the year, you managed to add your share to 30. You managed to top up to 30,000. So the shares ni 30,000 number of shares, right? You understand number of shares, right? You are becoming a stronger shareholder, and through this, you'll be in a position to get what? A good dividend, right? So can you tell me how much deposit shall I have deposited by the end of 12 months? But yet 2,000 times, of course, hii sasa inaendaga hivyo, hiyo ni profit ya kampuni. But yet 2,000 times 12, hiyo ni pesa ngapi? Deposit sasa. Umejinyima. 2010. Is it 24,000? 24,000. Asante. 24,000. Wow. Do you know now, at this point, Erastus is at a good position. Assume the SACCO pays it can give you a loan of 5x. So what they do, they add your shares plus your deposits. This will be 54,000. if they do it times 5, you want to borrow now a loan and do something. You can now start employing. This is how people start employing themselves. Employing themselves, by the way. This is how people, you get out of that slavery. You get out of that slavery, my friend. 54,000 times 5. Times 5. How much loan can you get at the end of 1 year? How much loan can you get? Itafika milioni hii. Haiwezi fika. 54,000 times 5. Wana multiply mara 5. It is 270,000. That is 1 year. 1 year. Through that simple plan, Elasta, who could be having a negative at the end of this year, is now having, you can borrow. You are able now to borrow this money. And this money has security already. Already you are a member there. You have your deposit there. It is through your deposit that you get this amount. As a financial management student, you can plan. You borrow this loan, you start a business. You start a business. We say that we should always be risk takers. So you don't resign. You don't resign. Hapana. You don't borrow to 70,000 then resign. Hapana. Kumbuka kwamba whatever that is helping you with salary yenye unaweka hapa, right? So it's always good to remember that you don't resign. You risk. You borrow and start a business. Struggle. Sasa unajua hapa hatujaweka kama mama ako kazi ama hayuko kazi. So si umweke. Be the manager kwa hiyo kazi. Be the manager kwa sababu who know the pain? Who know the pain? You're the one who know the pain, how you've gotten that money, right? So if you know the manager, they will mismanage. They will mismanage what? Hiyo pesa. Kute kwamba umeborrow, then yote imeenda chini. So be the manager and a strict manager. Then later, as the business grows, find an outside manager, right? It is always good. Unatafuta an outside manager or operation manager to help you run the business. You know what? You have stepped out of poverty. You have stepped out of poverty through just saving. Just a small saving. Sasa, hii hatujaguza. This is your security, my friend. This is for emergency. Mtoto anakuwa mgonjwa. Wakati mwingine unakuta kwamba there are things which arises that we had not planned for. So the MMF is protect this money. By the way, let me give you a secret or what it is, that in the MMF you can withdraw your money anytime. You can withdraw your money anytime. Once per month without charges. If you withdraw once per month, mara moja kwa mwaka, hakuna charge, kwa mwezi, no charges. If you withdraw twice per month, ndio utapata kwamba the second time you'll be charged. But the first transaction you cannot be charged. Anytime you need it. So 2 to 3 working days, once you made the request, your money is there. For those people who are in the CIC can tell you. Is that true? Is that true for those people who are CIC members? The MMF CIC? Is that true? That you can get your money anytime? Is it true? We had some few individuals here who are members. And I've told you how to become a member, by the way. It's easy. Just need to go and register with them. Please, 2024 agenda sana. Don't remain a slave. I know the pressure that is there. I know. I know. Stress iko pale. Long working hours. Very many transactions. Harsh deadlines. Please start planning yourself. A financial management student should not suffer with the knowledge. We say that knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Please empower yourself. Empower yourself. Through that, after 1 year, now you'll see that a luster is able to develop himself. Like the way you are doing, it's very important. Having enrolled for a CPA course, I know your employer is not happy. No, I cannot fear to say this. It's not happy. Najua kwamba it's just few days, few months, and then you demand salary increment. Yes, I have this qualification. Unampelekea unamwambia I have this qualification, a professional qualification. Unampelekea your certificate. What can we do about it? Mbia, hii kitu ni ndogo. Kulingana na uchumi, hii haini sustain. Unajua hana otherwise sasa. Already you have it at hand. Na ndio maana wakati mwingine they protect you from getting any other advancement. Are you an employer and you are here? Please don't do that. Let your employee develop. Wacha employee wenu wafanye nini? Wa develop. Remember, once they have the knowledge, they are working for you, right? They are benefiting your company. And that will impact what? In production. It will increase production. So please, if you are an employer and you are here, please allow your employees to do what? Even pay for them. Support them. Give them 50% of the school fees that they need. And you'll see even your business change. You see your business change. Usiwafungie ati hutaki, unataka tu kuwa suppress kabisa. That's not good. That's not good. Utakuta kwamba even the performance is down, production is down, so even your company will not perform well. Utaishi tu hapo tu, stagnant. And if you're not an employer and you will be an employer in future, please remember these words. Let your employees develop themselves. Allow them. Encourage them to do that simple course. Let them get those soft skills. Let them learn public speaking. By the way, if you wish to learn or to improve on your speaking, you can always do what? You can always reach out, right? If you want to improve on your public speaking skills, you want to join those things you hear of Toastmasters and such. Those things are important. They help you to grow. You don't stay at the same. Don't stay at the same what? You don't stay at the same point. Please, after this, think about your life. Think about where you want to be in the next 1 year, and you see change. We've talked a lot. We need to. So, kitu tunaongelea hapa ni saving and investment. If you want to grow, please save and invest. Are we together? What is the time? 6:04. We need to have a break. We need to think of what we have been talking about. Are we together? Kwa pamoja. Are we together? I have to stop this. Pause. So we can continue. We can continue. I can say 2 of us are out. Acha wakuja, but I think we can just continue. So class, what you are doing is very important. Pursuing your goals, your career goals. Pursuing your career goals is very important. If you just assist you. So personal financial management. So we start with this definition of personal financial management. No, not definition of personal financial management. You see that objective is to minimize expenditure. Minimize expenditure and maximize saving. So from today, try to do this, maximize saving. Kama wewe ni mtu wa kamnyweso, tafadhali kamnyweso eliminate kabisa. Kamnyweso eliminate it from your expenses. Wale watu wa kamnyweso, I know you are here. So kuna watu wanakunywa juu sijui unasikia kichwa ni kama uko na stress. Hiyo uondoe kabisa. James, uondoe kabisa. Hiyo uondoe kabisa. So we need to maximize on saving. So what is saving? Let's define saving. Saving. To capture the future. Investment. It is the future extra cash flow. I just wanted to put it in a layman's language, very simple language for you to understand. Future extra cash flow. So hapa tunaongelea investment and saving, very important. So we said that we have several types of risk. Say that we have several types of risk, and some of them is a risk taker. We have a risk taker. He saves and invests. A risk taker, and we should be a risk taker. So risk taker saves and invests. Type of risk. Let's remind this just like revision and mzuri. So we have one risk taker. Huyu ana save and invest. Yes. I've shown you practically how we should do it. Then risk neutral. Risk neutral. Always look of which option is better. Always look at the better option. Better option. And then there's a way Safaricom motto was the better option. They changed that. Risk averse. Yes, the last one. Risk. Hey, I know people have been this character. Risk averse. Risk averse. Watu wamekuwa hii. Lakini from today, they'll change. Is that true? Risk averse. Consume the whole amount. Consume the whole amount. Ukipata wale wakurudishia mwili shukurani ati mwili pole. Mwili pole hapana. Mwili pole wacha urudishie wakati wewe ni millionaire. Whole amount they consume. I know you people, some of you have been risk averse individuals. They have this character of consuming the whole amount, not remembering that saving and investing. So from today, we can be risk takers. We can be risk takers. So it is advisable you can take debt to invest. Don't take debt for luxury, right? You take debt to invest. You can as well save to invest. So the two have equal return. The two have equal return. So what are some of the factors affecting personal finance? Just write a subheading there. Factors affecting personal finance. And then you give me some of the factors. What are some of the factors affecting personal financing? What are some of the factors affecting personal financing? Can you give me some? What are some of the factors? Tupate mbili tatu tukisonga. Oh, I like this. Like this. Remember, I give you these notes, so you have written some few notes. So we have healthcare. So these are the factors. One, healthcare. So it is always good to have a very nice healthcare plan, right? A very nice healthcare plan. Then education. Education will affect healthcare. Education will affect personal financing. Then we have 2 or 3 recurring expenses or expenditure. Recurring expenditure. Zile expenditure ni fixed. Zina keep on coming in, out. Coming in. Recurring expenditure. So these are like rent. Rent is something that you cannot avoid. Rent you cannot avoid. So they keep on coming every month. Every month, rent you have to pay. So that's another thing. So you need to match your total income with the recurring expenditure. Recurring expenditure. We also have non-recurring expenditure. Non-recurring expenditure. So you need also to do what? To plan for them. Those expenditure which are not recurring. Those expenditure that are not recurring, you need to plan for them. Plan for them. If they're not that important, you can cut some cost. Another thing is the retirement plan. At least now the government has assisted you to save more. The government has assisted you to save more. So, but I don't know. Mungu tuwasaidie upate hiyo pesa. Yes, upate hiyo pesa. The retirement benefit, the pension, right? The pension. So plan for your retirement period. Plan for your retirement. Have a retirement plan. Have a retirement plan. So after you retire, what do you want to achieve? What do you want to achieve? So have a budget. Have a budget. Then it is advisable you invest in assets. By the way, when you invest in assets, it reduces tax. There's a way you reduce tax when you invest in assets. When you invest in assets. When you invest in assets. It's a way you reduce tax. Then you can have insurance policy, which is also exempted from tax. What are some of the costs of credit? If you borrow loan, what are some of the costs of that loan? Let's compare between the short-term loan and the long-term loan. So if you borrow a loan for which mature within a period of one year, that's a short-term loan. That it has a less cost. That has a less cost because the shorter the repayment period, the shorter the interest to be paid, or the interest that is attached to that loan. So you need to plan yourself, which loan do you need? Is it a long-term loan or a short-term loan? You find long-term loan will always have higher cost. I know you remember our financial reporting topic, borrowing cost, right? Borrowing cost, that's what we're talking about. Then I think that is it. That is it. Those are some of the ideas that you need to have under personal financial management, and we are done. Done. I shared a document under the same. You can advance more. And get more insight from that document. So let's go to the next one. Contemporary issue in the economy trend. Contemporary issue in the economy trend. That's our next topic. Our next topic. Ndio maana nilimwambia theory don't. You just need to have the idea. Just need to have the idea and the big picture. Please have the big picture in mind. Have the big picture in mind when you talk about theory. Contemporary issue in the economy. In the economy or trend. Or emerging issue. Sometimes we say emerging issue. So class, these are new things that were not there and now are there. The new things that are emerging. The new trend in the current economy. For example, something like blockchain, something like cryptocurrency. Those are emerging issues. Emerging issues. You can remember that cryptocurrency started in the year 2014, right? That's an emerging issue. It was not there. It was not there. Blockchain, it was also not there. But now it is there. So when you talk about emerging issue, they are the current trend. What is current? What is new in the economy? What is new in the economy? Current trend. Current trend. And it's a short one. Some few minutes we are done. So it refers to what is happening in the diverse environment. Just define that. When you talk about contemporary issue in the economy, it refers to what is happening in the diverse environment. It refers to what is happening. It refers to what is happening in the diverse environment. It refers to what is happening in the diverse environment. It refers to what is happening in the diverse environment. Like the derivative market, look at what these mean. Stock and security market as a whole. This is stock and security market. Stock and security market as a whole. Stock and security market as a whole. Future contract, forex trading, like that. How the derivative market has resulted to the growth of the economy. These are derivative market has resulted to the growth of the economy. Then let's look at cryptocurrency. And I asked you who is in crypto, who is trading crypto. Cryptocurrency is there. Virtual currency. This is a virtual currency, and it is the strongest. And we refer to it as Bitcoin, right? You've ever heard of Bitcoin. It is a virtual currency. Which allows its participants to transact among themselves. It is a virtual currency which allows its participants to transact among themselves, which allows the participants, or which allows its participants to transact among themselves, virtual currencies. Number two, it reduces the value of the currency of a given state. Yes, it reduces the value of the currency of a given state. This is a strong currency, right? So once it is used in a certain state, the value of that state reduces. So it reduces the value of a currency, of the currency of a given state. The value of the currency of a given state. Good. It has got a higher risk. It has got a higher risk. It has got a higher risk. Next one is blockchain. Blockchain technology, najua mmesikia hizo. Blockchain technology. Blockchain technology. Blockchain technology. This is a virtual ledger. Sasa accountants, a virtual ledger. Virtual ledger. Inakusaidia kuweka transaction in the space, in the cloud, right? A virtual ledger, you can say that it is a ledger in the space. It is a ledger in the space. So anyone can use from the year end, Blockchain technology, it is a virtual ledger. It is a virtual ledger in the space, which help in recording transactions of asset liabilities anywhere. It is a virtual ledger. 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 It is a virtual ledger which help to record, which help in recording transactions of assets or liabilities anywhere. Yes. Help you to record the transactions of assets or liabilities anywhere. And anyone can use from their end. From their end. From their end. Yes. It is a virtual QuickBook. It is a virtual QuickBook. It is a virtual QuickBook. So blockchain is a virtual QuickBook. Then we have cloud computing or crowdfunding. Cloud computing. Stroke crowdfunding. Cloud computing. Stroke crowdfunding. So it refers, or it involves using the digital space in performing day-to-day activities. It involves using the digital space in performing day-to-day activities. Digital space. When we talk about digital space, what are we talking about now? This emerging trend, emerging issues. Zimekuja kusaidia, right? We save time. They save time. Kitu yenye ina save sana ni time. So we are saying that cloud computing or funding is it involves using digital space in performing day-to-day activity. Can you give me one of the crowdfunding setting? Ni mingi na unazitumia kila wakati. Accounting software, yes, accounting software. Accounting software, lakini isikuwe na blockchain. Wacha tuende kwa platform kama KRA portal, right? KRA portal. Kila mtu, you can use anywhere, ukiwa anywhere, right? And you are not disturbing your neighbor. Hapana. Kila mtu wakati. At the same time, anyone can use KRA portal. KUPS. Hii ya colleges. Hiyo portal yao pia. So a cloud computing. So we have iTax through KRA portal, eCitizen, e-Citizen, tuko na help portal, ile portal ya help, M-Pesa. Kuna wenye huwa wanatumia RTGS to make which help you to make payment. RTGS which help you to make payment, So the time is okay. We can go to the next, Islamic finance. Sasa watu walikuwa wanauliza hii kitu kwani hizi vitu Islamic finance is our next part. And then tuseme kwamba topic 1, 2, 3 ndiyo tutaanza next week. Islamic. Unfortunately, this semester we don't have an Islamic finance. They usually help us to understand some of the terms here. Islamic finance. So Islamic finance. So can somebody share the document that I shared some weeks ago under Islamic finance? Can somebody share? So from my end, I just want us to look at some of the principles. And then through our revision, we shall get to how the questions are asked. We're told to define LIBA like that. So somebody to share their document, that document, yeah, under Islamic finance. And then have a look, Islamic finance. So generally, the Islam or Islamic community, they do their own things. In fact, they don't work with our banks, other banks. We call their banking Islamic banking. Then the other one is conventional. So kuna hiyo ya Islamic, wako na banks zao, hizi zingine ni conventional. So if you're to compare between the Islamic banking and conventional ni hizi banks zingine. You know what will be the difference? The difference is that for them, if it comes to loan, they don't believe on loan. They enter into a certain contract. Yes, I need this money to do this project. And once this project start giving me the return, I'll give back the money. That is how they work. They don't believe in getting loan. They don't believe in gambling. You cannot find, unless they are not staunch Muslim, the benefit. I think it's according to the belief. That is according to their belief. They say that interest is haram. Interest, right? Interest is the way they call it, riba, right? Interest. Interest. Is that the spelling of the word interest? The interest. Is this the spelling of the word interest? They say that interest is haram. So they don't entertain whereby I lend you money and then you give me that money attached with interest. They say that is corruption. They say that is bad according to their belief, riba. Naomi ni kama umekaa karibu na watu. Yes, they say that interest is haram. We shall see those terms from our document. In fact, those documents tutazipitia during our revision, tutatumia maswali and those documents, right? In those documents. But the conventional bank, go borrow, then you'll pay that money attached with interest. Hawa nimekuja nataka kufanya hii project, unipatie pesa, niende nijenge project, wakati italeta return, mimi nitarudisha pesa. Unashika? They also have a policy, another policy. I have the idea, you have the money. I give out the idea, you give out the money, we execute the idea, and then the benefit we share, like that. So, and that's why you find the Islamic community, they grow very fast. These people grow very fast because they help each other. They don't envy each other. They don't envy. If you compare the Islamic people and the Kenyans, let me just say Kenyans or other people, the other people, the Islamic community grew very fast. They assist each other. Have you ever seen their business? Go to Isri, you'll understand. And these people are billionaires. They are billionaires. They lift each other. They lift each other. They have that that unity. They have that unity. So we say that morals that we perceive affect what we do, and that is it. That make the whole difference. The morals that we perceive affect what we do. Morals that we perceive affect what we do. That's a key. So let's look at some of the principles under Islamic finance. Principles under Islamic finance. Principles. What they stand, their morals, what they believe, what govern them. So principles of Islamic finance. One, interest, into bracket, they call it, what Naomi is telling us here, riba. So if examiner comes and tell you, please define riba. Riba is interest. Riba is interest in Islamic term. So the Muslims do not allow taking interest. So when you write interest, just say Muslims do not allow taking interest. That is due to culture, due to their culture. They do not allow to take interest. Number two, prohibition of gambling. Prohibition of gambling. So the first one is interest, riba. So tutakutana na hizo terms. Then two, prohibition of gambling. They prohibit, wanakataza gambling. They will not be part of the derivative market. Masil. Call it masil. That word is masil. Masil. They will not be part of gambling. Hawatakuwa hapo. Ni mahali unawekelea, unagoja kitu ipande ama ishu. They're not part of that. They're not part of that. Then prohibit any item that involve uncertainty. Prohibit any item that involve uncertainty. Any item that involve uncertainty. Golab, I call it galab. Prohibit any item that involve uncertainty. E.g. brokerage. Ati kukuwe na middleman anafanya broking. Uko na ng'ombe unauza, broker anakuja nakwambia hii ng'ombe nitakuuzia. They don't want that. One is prohibited. It's prohibited. We do business. If you have an asset, I need the asset, so with the one we do the business together. Hakuna hiyo brokerage. Then holding is not allowed in Islamic finance. Holding is not allowed in Islamic finance. Watu wanafanya hivi. They find that the price of this good or the supply of this commodity will be low in the next 2 months. So what I do, I hold the commodity for the 2 months, right? When the supply is low, you know what happened to the price? The price goes high. So for them, they don't do that. The Islam community don't hold uza wakati unaofaa. Don't hold so that you get more profit later. They don't go hold. There are some people who do that to get more profit. They only transact with permitted goods, halal. They only, and they are very sensitive, transact with permitted goods. They only transact with permitted goods, halal product. They call it halal product. They only transact with permitted goods, halal products. So I'd like us to have two questions here. One of the questions is, one, circumstances under which investors might find it suitable to use Islamic equity fund. Because you can use the equity fund if you are an investor. You can be a member of Islamic bank, by the way. You can be a member. So circumstances under which investors might find it suitable to use Islamic equity fund. What are some of the circumstances, or what are some of the factors that may compel investor to use the Islamic equity fund? Can you give me one? But here, one of the circumstances or factor that may motivate them. Patie. No interest. Yeah. No interest is charged by Islamic finance. Hiyo ni point mzuri kabisa, right? No interest is paid or is charged by Islamic finance. 2, they can go into partnership with the borrowers. They're very good people. Although everyone has two sides. We have two sides of the coin, right? So can go into partnership with the borrowers. So they charge retro charges. So there are some charges kidogo, but they don't give them the name atini. It's like just service fee, right? The charges are very little. Charges of Islamic banking in Kenya. Hizi ndizo maswali utakutana nazo zinakaa hivyo. And then define riba, define halal. What is a halal product? Like that. Hii unapata marks kama ngapi? Kwa Islamic finance, prepare like for 5 marks. 5 marks. A definition hapa kidogo. Like that. Naulizwa, charges of Islamic banking in Kenya. Na unakuwa ukosa. Charges, what do you think are some of the charges? Nipatia. Obvious. This is obvious. Think. They are just obvious. Charges. Somebody. What are some of the charges here? Transaction is high. We can go in the route of regulatory charge. the government regulatory challenge, or sometimes ni disaster. They are scarce. Ziko chache by the Islamic Bank ni chache, so hawajaweza kuestablish kadhaa mingi. Customer awareness, watu wengi hata wajui, hata hujui bank ya Islamic iko wapi. So haziko mingi. Customer awareness iko kidogo. Limitation of Islamic product in meeting customer need. Limitation of Islamic product in meeting customer needs. That's also a challenge. That is also a challenge. So I want to give you a question here. You go and attempt this question. Go and look at similarities between Islamic finance and conventional financing or contemporary financing. Similarities between Islamic finance and contemporary financing or conventional. What are some of the similarity and differences? You look at similarity and also differences. Class, we are having some time. We have a very long holiday. Please try to review. Use the document that I shared to get deeper, to know some of the terms used. Define those terms, write them down, repeat them, and you'll be in a position to get it in a deeper way. So imagine that is it as far as Islamic finance is concerned. So I'll give you the assignment so you can schedule the extra lesson holiday. Okay, we shall see depending with the availability of everyone. Now, the topic that we are remaining with is topic 1, 2, 3, right? Topic 1, 2, 3, overview of financial management. Then financing decision and the money market. Money market. And that will be it. So in our next meeting, we shall see. So tomorrow watu wako free. Watu wasema tomorrow watu wako free tomorrow. So tomorrow at tomorrow is on a Saturday. Tomorrow morning, right? Tomorrow morning we can have a class. Sio ni mzuri? Can have a class. Financial management hiyo tumeba. Ile financial reporting hiyo nikaa tumemaliza. Tumebaki kitu kidogo. Asijui kama mlimaliza balance sheet. No, we are through with our today's session. Are you through with the balance sheet of the circle? Of the circle, the Marura. So we can plan, we shall communicate, Gioni, if we shall have that class for financial management, so that we come and look at topic number 1, 2, 3. And you see that it's simple since through where we have come from, whatever that we have been doing, it will make now topic 1, 2, 3 to be easier. I think that is it. We can wind our session at that point, unless there's a question. Is there anybody with a question? Any question? So that means by next week we shall be done with the syllabus, and then we start revision. Is that in order? Is that okay with you? Class? Is that okay with you? Anybody with a question? Okay, so if we meet tomorrow, we shall look at financial management, and we shall be looking at topic number 1. So make sure you are you're doing what? You're perusing your notes. I know you have the short notes, for us to just to emphasize on that and see how it goes. Otherwise, thank you so much for having attended the class. May you all have a blessed day and a happy Easter. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki. Goodbye. I have been your lecturer, Stephen.